Hi everyone, George Ramblin' Man here. Hope everybody's having a good New Year's weekend. Yesterday I posted a video with a review of some heated gloves that I had bought off of Amazon, really cheap. Paid 30 bucks for them, and some of the comments I made in yesterday's video was that they weren't really heating up very much. You know, they were comfortable gloves, but you know, the quality really didn't seem to be very good. And I rode pretty much all day yesterday, and as it started to get cooler, they just weren't really working at all. So I made a pit stop yesterday at Freedom Power Sports in Canton, Georgia, and was in there talking with a parts guy that I kind of know and trust as far as his opinions on things. He referred me to a new type of heated glove that I hadn't really considered before. It's a Joe Rocket burner glove, and I've got a close-up here of the package that it came in. Again, this is not a wired glove. It doesn't wire into your battery, but this particular one has rechargeable lithium-ion battery packs that fit into a little pocket in the glove, and each glove has a controller on it, as you can see here, and you can there's 3 different settings on the glove: low, medium, and high. And according to the information that they put in the instructions, the battery life is about 4 hours if you keep it on low, maybe 3 hours on medium, and about 2.5 hours on high. The guy at the parts department yesterday who sold me these gloves told me that he gets a little bit better life out of them on a full charge, but we'll just have to see. Again, these are motorcycle specific gloves. Made by Joe Rocket. Seem to be pretty good quality. They're very comfortable. I've fully charged the batteries, and they are the gloves are actually on right now, as you can see this red light, and you know, putting my hand in it, they feel very, very warm. So I'm going to put them on here, go out for a ride. It's a lot colder today than it was yesterday. It's about 35 degrees out there, kind of gray. Much more like a winter day that you would expect than what yesterday was. And I'll just see how these things feel out on the road. Okay, I'm out on the road now with the new heated gloves to give them the field check here. It's Sunday, December 31st here in Atlanta, and if you've watched my video yesterday, you noticed it was bright and sunny in the mid-40s and actually a pretty pleasant day. Well, today is a little grayer. About 10 degrees colder. It's about 35 degrees when I left my house. And I'm getting ready to jump on the expressway here because I want to get as much wind on my hands as I can to really give these gloves a good check out. And we'll just see how they do. One thing I did notice just in trying them out this morning, the heat is not instant in these gloves. You do have to let them warm up for a few minutes. I turned them on, and it took about 5 minutes for them to really start warming up. They have, like I said, they have rechargeable lithium-ion batteries, and I charged the batteries last night. So the batteries are fully charged. You know, we'll see how long they last. But it's not instant heat. I'm sure with the type that are wired to your motorcycle battery, you probably get a lot better instant heat. These are not that way, but they warmed up pretty nicely. I mean, I had them on in the house, and they were nice and toasty warm. And being out here, I've been out here for about 10 minutes. They are definitely the warmest thing in my body right now, being out in in these temperatures. And again, it's about 35, so it's about as cold as I'm going to be riding. And they seem to be doing pretty well. As you can see, there's a little button here. I've got them, you know, three red lights on, so they're on high. They're very comfortable. They're a gauntlet style that fit over the jacket, and they have a strap that helps kind of secure the gloves and open up the gloves. It's much easier to put on over this jacket than the cheapo pair that I had yesterday. So they fit good. They've got this insulation material. So I mean, these are good winter gloves, regardless if you got the heat on or not.
But with the little battery pack in there, and the battery pack's not that big, it's not too intrusive. But my hands are nice and warm. I wouldn't say they're burning up. I've heard some people do reviews of these heated gloves and say, man, you almost can't keep the glove on high, it'll burn your hand up. And these are definitely not that hot. But it's an acceptable level of heat if you ask me. One place there is no heat is the thumbs. I don't know really if that means much. Most of the heat is in the palm and in the finger area and on top of the glove, which is, it seems to be working for me so far pretty well. But anyway, I'm cruising down the highway about 65 miles an hour, and as you can see, my hands are out in the wind, and it's not bad. I think for the type of rides that I would be doing this time of year, a couple hours here and there, these will be fine. Paid about $140 for them. They're not super cheap. So, even if this battery life turns out not to be so good, I'm not investing any more money in heated gloves than what I've already done. If it gets, much colder than this, I probably won't be out anyway. But nice to be out today. It is nice to have a little bit of heated gear on to enable you to ride a little bit longer into the winter season, and that's what I was looking for. And the winter seasons down here are not long, and generally the temperatures are not extremely cold for long periods of time. We'll have some days in the 20s and maybe down even in the teens, but it's not it's not something that goes on for months at a time, like some places in the country. So I think these will be fine. Again, they're Joe Rocket burner gloves. They come with a little charger. It has double leads on it, so you can actually charge both battery packs at the same time. Have a little carrying case. Seem to be well made, very comfortable, and I think they will do me just fine. Okay guys, just want to give you this little update on my heated gear. I mentioned yesterday the gloves that I had were very inexpensive, cheap if you want to call them that, and I had my doubts whether they would really stand up, and as I got further through the day, they just didn't. And I took a break late in the afternoon and went into Freedom Power Sports in Canton, where I've done some business before. And one of the salesmen I was talking to recommended me to a guy in the parts department who rides all year, rain or shine, hot or cold. And he recommended these gloves to me. And I'm not usually an impulse type buyer, but he showed them to me yesterday. I tried them in the store. They seemed to be comfortable and seemed to work pretty well. And even at $140, I just pulled the trigger on it. That cheap pair of gloves that I bought, that's really the first really cheap thing as far as motorcycle gear that I've bought since I've been riding. When it comes to my motorcycle gear, my jackets, the helmet, my pants, the boots, I'm all about good quality and safety, and I'm not looking to spend the least amount of money on those kind of things. I don't want to overspend for anything, but I prefer to get good quality things, especially when it comes to your motorcycle gear. Like they say, you should always plan for the potential of maybe going down, and you don't want really cheap gear, cheap helmets, cheap pants. You want good quality stuff, and I subscribe to that. Those gloves I had yesterday, they just didn't do it. I had a little bit of money left over on an Amazon gift card and just decided to do it. But anyway, I've got a new Amazon gift card for Christmas now that I got to figure out some things. I was looking this morning. They've got some tire pressure monitoring kits that you can get. Little sensors that you screw onto your valve stems, and then some little tire pressure sensors. I might think about that. I'm always, kind of thinking about little things I might be able to get to improve things on this bike. I know a lot of the newer bikes have those tire pressure sensors built in, and that's great. Anyway, just enjoy being out. I got to go get my wife at the airport. She's coming back from Boston. She says she's a frozen ice cube. She needs to come thaw out. But I told her on the phone this morning. I said, hey, you're not going to do a lot of thawing out here for the next couple of days. It's going to be pretty cold. But But that's the time of the year, last day of the year, heading into January and February. Hope wherever you are, you can get some riding in, if at all possible. Looking forward to the Hootenanny this summer up in New England, and maybe even getting down to Daytona during Daytona Bike Week. We'll see if that works out. It's always good to have things to look forward to, though, that's for sure. Okay, guys, this is George, your Rambling Man. Everybody ride safe. Have a good rest of the New Year's weekend. And for all my local friends here who are all excited about their Georgia Bulldogs being in the college football playoff, they're playing Oklahoma tomorrow in the Rose Bowl. If they win that game, they'll go on and play the winner of the Georgia-Clemson game right back here in Atlanta at the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, and that'll be wild around here if they happen to get in that particular game. I didn't go to Georgia, not particularly a big Georgia Bulldog fan, but you know, I'm from Georgia and I got lots of friends who are dyed in the wool dog fans, so in shout out to them. I'll just have to say go Dogs. Okay, guys, have a good weekend. This is George, your Rambling Man here. Everybody ride safe.